Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Yolanda and welcome to Unfiltered Me. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how we are called to serve others. And not just like for me, not just for you, but everybody, like we, that's what, not I, me, but us. We all are called to serve others. And so yeah, we're going to be deep diving that today in Matthew chapter 12. So I'm so excited. And if you guys are as well, please be sure to give this video a huge thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe down below. Make sure to turn on post notifications to be notified when I post. And if I do, let's get on with this video. And I just want to reiterate points. Like, I know I might not mention like every single point that I want to in the Bible, but really my main goal here is to really emphasize like just a main lesson, like one main lesson for the most part that just really speaks out to me. And this is what I feel like I just want to talk today. But yes, let's get into this. So yeah, so basically we're going to be in Matthew 12, as I said. And there was another part it mentions, like before this part, it's talking about like the disciples pick wheat on the Sabbath, and after that it talks about religious leaders accuse Jesus of getting his power from Satan, and leaders asking Jesus for miraculous signs, and Jesus describes his true family. But today I just want to focus on this small section though. Jesus heals a man on the Sabbath, because that's mainly what like the title is about and everything like that. So basically, yeah, basically this is the Sabbath day or whatever, but like there's this man, he has like a deformed hand, it says, and pretty much like Jesus like heals him, and then the person, which is the Pharisees, are just like, you can heal on Sabbath day. And this is the highlighted main scripture that I want to focus on today. But Matthew 12 verse 11 and 12 says, and he answered, if you had a sheep that fell into a well on the Sabbath, wouldn't you work to pull it out? Of course you would. And how much more valuable is a person than a sheep? Yes, the law permits a person to do good on this Sabbath. And now you might just be like, what does that mean? Well, we're gonna get there. So basically, I just think that's such like a good point though, because overall in this, I mean, they're comparing it to like if you had a sheep that fell into a well, and then it's comparing like how valuable is a person than a sheep. And this, like, you have to take it not so literally, I guess, in a way, because at first I thought they were like comparing it like, oh yeah, like sheep and people are equal, but like the deeper underlying meaning of it is just like the principle of helping others. So just, I feel like in a sense it kind of is being being literal, not figurative about it. Is because like, sheep, you think they're, some people like may think that like they're below because like, oh, they're animals, but like no, like this isn't editing me, but I did not convey my thoughts clearly here, and I just want to do a clarification. So clearly in the Bible it says that God sees us as like greater than animals. Like they're still valuable, but it's not to like put down animals and be like, no, like you can like do whatever with them or like abuse them. Like no, not like that. But as you see the rest of the video, you'll see as I kind of bring along the more connection with this, and just like how comparing, like, yes, they may not be equal to us, but they're still a value. And even when this talking about like the person with like the deformed hand, like, are they less than a person just because they might not have like all their fingers, or their arm might be amputated or something like that, and we are called to like help and serve everybody, like no matter like what, like you are no better off than anybody else. Like just because you may be in a more financially better situation doesn't mean that you're too good to help somebody, because one day you might fall into that too. And it's just like, you would hope somebody would be there. Like, wouldn't, like, you have to put yourself in the perspective of somebody else. And like above all, like what other people are gonna say, like people are gonna always say stuff in general. It's like, so just why not just do it and go like help somebody out? I know, if you compare it to like current times, especially like for me being in high school, you could say, well, I can say an example, like let's say somebody is just like sees a school lunch. So because I've had this happen to me before, but like I'm not in a financially like that situation, but like I just simply didn't ask my mom to put more money in. But one time I wanted to get a cookie, because that's where all my money goes to. It's not really lunch, it's literally a cookie. And I remember they're like, yeah, you don't have enough, like it's in the negatives. One time I came back and I was just like, yeah, like I couldn't get one. And like low-key, like my friends were laughing, which like yeah, like it was fun, like I wasn't like butthurt, and it was just like a cookie. But like imagine like if it was like an actual like lunch meal and like I was able to eat, and if they had that same reaction, and it's just like, how about you help out a person? Now if this was just a cookie, so that's like very like, it's just a cookie. But like imagine like if I was hungry that day and like they didn't know my situation like that, and or even if they didn't know my situation, but like, oh, because somebody that was sitting with us so happened that day didn't know my situation, and then they laughed, and then my other friends just started joining in, like just like that. It's just like, no, why are we so quick to like make fun of people and judge them and to just like be a bystander? Like, why don't you go out there and like help somebody, you know? Like, that's one thing the Lord loves, is when we could like help each other, lift each other up, and be there for each other during like our not only good times but our bad times as well. And that's, you know, I think an important thing about, you know, choosing right friend groups of people. Like, you don't want to be stuck in a friend group. Like, I've seen so many people, and I've been guilty of myself, like trying to be a part of the relevant group and then realizing that really none of them would really have my back, or like it's all cliquey, or just it just be a mess. And it's just like, I'd rather have such a small group of people and I'd stay strong with them than having like a huge group of friends and like everybody's talking behind your back. Because realistically, people talk. If a little group can talk, imagine the drama like in a huge group. And I'm not to, you know, slander and like, but it's just the reality though. I feel like, you know, like it's just gonna happen. It's just the reality of it. And I'm not trying to like tell you guys like, oh, like you need to like drop your friends for that, but I'm just saying, move cautiously, and at the end of the day, be mindful of the people that you allow into your life. And it's important to like foster those friendships and relationships with people that you're gonna build each other up, that you guys got each other's backs, people that will even bring you closer to Christ. I mean, like for me right now, I've been struggling with that, but I'm still trying to foster more godly friendships, but also keep my other ones, because, you know, God was, you know, friends with everybody, even though sometimes it's hard. And some of those friendships that, you know, my past that aren't like godly centered or whatever, like I feel like it's just like a lot I'm going through, but like just overall, despite our differences, still being able to be there for them, because then they were all gonna have differences, we're all gonna have different beliefs and opinions, but I think it's a balance having both of them. And I talked about this in one of my past videos, I forgot which one it was, but yeah. So basically, all in all, it's important to be there for others, it's important to serve others always, and you're not above anybody else, like, and yeah. And I guess just in general, it just like feels good, like putting other people before you, and it's just like very pleasing to the Lord in general. And I just really encourage you guys, as you go on with the rest of this week and weekend, that you may take this in, resonate, send it to a friend who might find it useful, who you might think I need to hear this message. And so yeah, I really hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. Peace is already out.